and thank you guys for coming back. Today we are going to be talking about your generational lineage as it's regards to money. You need to stop inheriting your scarcity. So here is how you can be your family's financial turning point. Your ancestor's survival mode ends with you. So I have become this person that I am now. Like, I had to heal my own chakras regarding money and scarcity, and this is continuous work. Anybody who tells you, by the way, that they can heal your family lineage within 30 minutes or whatever, 30 days, 30 minutes or whatever. This is a lifelong thing, and you'll have so many tests and so many triggers. And it's up to you to consider what is a trigger and what isn't, or what is a test from the universe or a checkpoint from the universe, as a checkpoint from the universe, or what isn't. So it's up to you to decipher all of that, right? And at the end of the day, it's not about finding another coach and another mentor. And I say this as a coach and a mentor. It's not about that. It's about going within, doing your inner work, doing the shadow work, and doing all of that around things like money, things like scarcity, things like mindset work, and what have you inherited, and stopping that cycle. Here's what I have did. I stopped charging for my past. My past was free. Everybody didn't even charge. They charged a price. My family, like, whenever we did any sort of healing work, and if you guys don't know, my mother was a Reiki practitioner herself. She worked with a lot of other people. We didn't charge anything. And that is what I inherited. I grew up on thinking that is not what you do. So I actually had to learn the hard way that is also not what you do. You don't not charge for your services. So I added a price to mine, and you know what? The right people ended up showing up. And this went for my coaching too. So a little bit about my story. Okay, a little bit more about my story. And hello. Thank you guys so much for joining. A little bit about my story. I had a business a while ago, and I had a business a while ago, a social media agency that I loved. I loved that social media agency. I had clients, I had a team where I was paying people, and I just ended up hating it at the end of the day. I mean, this wasn't fun for me anymore. And even still to this day, I still have people inquiring with me about my social media and marketing services, and I have to tell them no. And that was a little bit hard for me. It was hard for me to let that go. But I had to work through all of those things. I had to create this whole process for me to stop creating all of these thoughts in my mind. So I had a business that went away, and then I eventually became this coach I became this coach, and I just started helping people. I started helping people with my spiritual gifts. As somebody that works with energy, as an intuitive, I worked with a lot of business owners and individuals as well on this too. So I started charging for my services. My very first client, my very first my very first life coaching client, she was free. I did not know what I should have done. I did not know that I should have charged. So, and I went and charged $20, $20, $30, and then it was, it's now where it is now at 222 per hour. So um, that had a process to it. That was a process that I had to come to. I had to figure out that I had to be worth it, right? I had to be worth it. Okay, so I had to go into my worthiness, and this is something that is going to be a lifelong thing. I had to stop charging for my past. I had to charge a lot more for what I was doing, and I had to state a lot of things to myself. And it's not like so much affirmations; it's about healing the rocks that I had. There's a video, a meme, or something out there on TikTok where it said, you know, this is what healing looks like, and it's filled with dirty water, and you put clean water in there, and you stick it in there, stick the dirty water in there until it becomes clean. Put it under the clean water until it becomes clean. Actually, and there was another guy that called this out too. I agree with it, but I don't agree with it at the same time. It's not like there's dirty water, there's rocks in there, and you have to take the rocks out, which I do agree with. You do have to take these rocks out in order for you to move forward. And sometimes the rocks are blocking your actual flow. So, and that is where the energy transmutation, transmuting energy comes in, right? Your prices will declare your new reality for your lineage. And another thing that I have done is create a wealth totem. And this is one of my totems. This is actually something that I have from my mother. This was passed down, and it's emerald. And I have that, and that's my abundance ring. I have an abundance ring, and there are times where I do forget to wear it, but it's a totem for me that represents ease, not struggle. So transmute that energy. And if you are somebody that alchemizes energy, or you're a mystic, a healer in a sense, you need to have a special thing that brings in abundance for you, and alchemize that energy into that. Like, say, hey, this is my wealth ring, or this is my wealth stone, or this is my wealth bracelet. This is what helps me bring money. And then, if you are a Reiki transmissioner, you will create that. You can create that feeling in itself. Hi, everybody on YouTube. Hello, how are you? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. All right. So, thank you everybody for tuning in today. Love that everybody is on here. So good. And of course, if you're watching the replay, please put #replay on there. Awesome. It lets me know. It lets me know who's tuning in and watching the replay. Awesome. Yes, place that totem where you manage money, and let it reprogram you. Let it reprogram your money story. And there's some people that say, don't talk about subconscious rewiring if you haven't studied it. Well, here's the thing. I've actually gotten taught from people that have studied it at length. So yes, I'm not somebody that is a nervous system expert, or a neuroscience expert, or somebody that knows how to rewire the subconscious expert. But I have learned and read books from people um, who are them. So I do feel safe in saying that nervous system rewiring and subconscious doing neuroscience, all of that stuff also helps as well. Repeating, writing it down, repeating it in your mind, and repeating and writing it down and repeating it in your mind, repeating it out loud and repeating it in your mind every single day. That also helps too. Hosting a prosperity dinner. Now, you don't have to host, you can just cook for yourself or you can cook for the person you love, but cook like a celebratory meal. If you had a win, in your business, if you had a win in your career, if you had a win in your life, cook a celebratory meal and toast to your ancestors' resilience and your liberated future. This ritual tells your nervous system that thriving is safe. Okay? And a little bit more about that, right? Nervous system regulation is so key. And like, honestly, I had no idea how shot my nervous system was until like I started sleeping better. I started sleeping better and I started doing a lot of things better. I got the right I mean, this goes a little bit deeper into the physical health aspect, where I actually also started eating better, which helped too. I got the right type of nutrients. I got like iron and everything. I got like iron, omegas, the right omegas, all that stuff, and that helped me rewire so much in my life as well. And it's helped me and it's continuing to help me. And, you know, something that I also tell people to do is to look at your language. And I call it watching your language, and not just about cursing, but it's not about cursing because I swear all day. Fuck, right? But I'm not talking about I'm not talking about that. I am talking about, what does your language look like around money? Um, and this is a thing that I tell people to do. This is a quick exercise you guys can do. Write down every day what your thoughts were about money. Right? Write every day what your thoughts were about money, about what you feel that money does to you. Write that down, what your thoughts were that particular day around money. And this is something that I have everybody do, including my one-on-one clients. This is it's a really powerful exercise. It gets people aware of what their relationship with money is like. So I want you guys to start doing that and let me know how that works for you as well. So what I want to present to you is an offer. I actually have a masterclass. If you guys knew about my masterclass, great. Some of you who were in that masterclass may be here right now. You might be here right now, hello. If you are, nice to see my crew here. But if you haven't checked out my masterclass called Rooted in Wealth, Clearing Generational Trauma Around Abundance, please go ahead, check that out. The link is in that description. We went through all of what we talked about here in much more detail. It's much more of a detail. I actually do a meditation, and I actually do some somatic exercises which help you clear some of that energy around money. So yes, if you guys are interested in that, I am selling that replay. It's at 11 USD. That price won't last long. So please go ahead while it is still at that price. All right. Thank you guys. Hello, hello, hello. Yes. So a lot of people don't know we clearly carry so much baggage from our lineage that we don't really recognize that is ours. So I want you guys to start that process, to have that process, and then go through that. I have some journaling exercises for you. I actually do have, if you do get the replay, I have the workbook for you, so you guys can start thinking about it. You can print it out, start thinking about it, write it down, all of those things as well. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you guys. Hello. Nice to see everybody here tuning in to this live as well. So guys, thank you guys so much for joining today. Take care of yourselves. We are going to continue this series. I will be on every other day. So I am live every day, but every other day I do this sort of thing where I just give information. I teach people about how they can alchemize their chakras. Okay? Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Please take care of yourselves. You have a great rest of your day. Bye now.